Hey guys, and welcome to Stories, the Path of Destinies, a new game coming to Steam and I believe PS4. Some people are comparing it to Bastion, which of course is a comparison that makes me very excited, but I'm always hesitant to let that comparison stand, but we'll see how it works. Either way, you slash people with a sword, you play as a little fox man. Let's see how it turns out. I'm excited.
Once upon a time, the infamous rover Reynardo plundered the floating isles. Then his mother called him to her deathbed. "Swear to me that you won't die on the gallows," she rasped. Reluctantly, he swore. And he whiled away his days at home with music, cards, and wine. But the Emperor had changed. He'd been good once, a shy, almost humble toad. He'd built universities. Then people started whispering about mass graves in the woods, midnight rituals, victims screaming. The Imperial Ravens would round up entire villages, and no one ever returned. The Ravens had come to Ubar scouting for ancient books said to be of great power. But the librarians had hidden the books, so they'd burnt the librarians. The citizens, outraged, had driven them off. The Ravens had come back with dropships. The kid had fled with one of those books. He was brave and dumb and wanted to join the rebellion. And Reynardo had promised his mother he'd protect him.
Well, I didn't see that part coming. They came for the books, but the librarians hid the books, so they burned the librarians. Now you're just being cheeky.
The kid was looking down, watching his city burn. "Sorry, kid," Reynardo told the kid. "Look, if we give them the book, they'll leave you alone." "My mother died for this book!" "I promised her I'd protect you." "Oh, damn it." The kid had run off. With the book, of course. So Reynardo had to run after him.
Alright, so how do we move? Squares, normal attacks. Alright, triangle doesn't seem to do anything. Circle. X. Bumpers, triggers, joysticks. Alright, D-pad. As of right now, squares are only button. That might expand very quickly. This is pretty. Look at that. The landscape down there. I'd wonder why everything's floating. Also, I'd wonder why that pillar of rock and tree is clipping through that piece of ruin. I don't think we're supposed to look that closely down there.
The two ravens were staring at the kid like he was their dinner, which probably was what was in their tiny brains. "Hey," Reynardo said. They cocked their heads at him. "Pick on someone as ugly as you." Wait, that didn't come out right. "For the Emperor!" The ravens cawed and rushed at him.
Come at me, bird brain. That's right. Now if the game ever says it, I can say I beat them to it. I'll be here all day, unless you stop the video right now. Alright, when an enemy is about to attack, press joystick and square to counter. You can interrupt any other action. Ooh. I wonder how that animates exactly. Oopsie. Here, come on. There we go. So you hit their direction and the sword attack to interrupt their attack. That's handy. That's satisfying. So it's a variation on the Batman combat / Assassin's Creed system. But you have to press the right direction with the counterattack, which has a little bit of Bastion with the way that you could deflect projectiles back at people. This game's pretty, by the way. The colors and the shadows. We'll just ignore that part where the thing was clipping through the thing.
A dropship flew overhead. He hoped they hadn't noticed him. The kid.
Hold the square to grab, then aim and release to throw, so we can grapple people. Hello. You're mine. Goodbye. Whoa. I have an arm on me. Oh, I'm going to be making use of this. Oh, I made a mistake. Well, temporary mistake that no one will ever notice.
Oh, right. The Gate of Heroes. Someone's idea of a joke, making the Skyship Docks a gated community. You needed a hero's sword to open it. And the kid was on the other side of the gate. "Who let you through? Promise me you'll take the book to the rebels, or I'm gonna steal your ship." "I'm not taking that damn book anywhere, and neither are you." Try and stop me, laughed the kid. I bet you don't even have a hero sword. And with that, the kid hopped away. Had to hand it to the kid. He was an idiot, but he had guts. Where was Reynardo going to get a hero sword?
I love that it specifically says wrong sword. That's great. I think we might find one over here. Just a vague hint. I like the accents they give these characters. Those are fun. Not exactly the accent you get in the habit of hearing a fox speak.
Ore and wind essence? That sounds about right. I'll need a workshop, though.
I'm so used to animals talking like they're from a Rareware game, so it's kind of a fun surprise, making it feel vaguely like the surprise from the fairy from Ni no Kuni.
Perfect.
So we can upgrade our sword. Sword crafting. This is the sword crafting menu. Here you can craft and upgrade powerful magic swords. Gather the required materials from the chests scattered throughout the Boreas. Or Boreas. Select the selected sword's current power level and special power up top. Middle is the next level, and bottom is the resources needed to upgrade that sword. You have enough resources. Craft your first sword now. Oh, I have to hit square specifically.
Hero sword. QED.
There we go. Primary perk of the level 1 hero sword is look badass. Level 2 allows you to heal yourself. I want that. 30 ore? I'll be working on that. What are these? There's the Firestorm. I assume it's a fire weapon. Yeah, level 1. When attacking, set enemies on fire. Cost energy. Winterthorne. Freeze enemy. Void Blade. Increase movement and attack speed. I want that one. But it's going to cost 70 ore and 12 wind essence, which I have one of, apparently. Oh, it's the same element we use for the hero sword, apparently. Interesting. Alright, next rank will cost me 30 ore. We don't have gems yet, but I'm sure those will come into play. Those are apparently how you upgrade your weapon. Alright, well, we've got an upgraded weapon. Let's head on out.
This is what he got for settling down and finding people to care about. The kid's mum had been a swell cook, and she'd laughed at Reynardo's jokes, even when he didn't know he'd made one. And then the ravens had come to burn her. And she'd made him promise to protect the kid. But she never told him where the book was. Just the kid.
So his mom was burned for the book. So it's important. I wonder if that is the Path of Destiny stories, because the game's just flat out called Stories Path of Destinies.
He came up to a ledge. It was too far to jump. There'd been a bridge here before, hadn't there? And there was Peter, giggling at him. How'd you get across? He asked the kid. Where'd you find a hook? I hopped, said the kid. Oh, wise-ass kid. Hey, look out behind you! Cute, said Reynardo. Ah, ravens.
Oh, I just realized why I'm predisposed to like the voice actor for Reynardo when he's saying lines. Hup, deflection. That's satisfying, by the way. It's because he sounds like Dr. 12.
It was time to talk some sense into the kid. Just hook his way across the ledge and chase the kid down. Thing was, he hadn't used his hook since he'd retired. How had he done it? Maybe if he meditated at that altar there, he'd remember his old skills.
Ah, that's how we level up, apparently. But yeah, the Reynardo voice sounds a lot like Dr. 12 from Doctor Who, and well, the kid sounds a whole lot like a British person trying to fake an American accent, which is cute in its own right when they try to do that. Each time you gain a level, you also gain a skill point. Spend your skill points at the altar scattered around Boreas to gain new, powerful abilities or upgrade existing ones. There are 4 tiers of skills. The more truth you discover, the more tiers you unlock. Info on the skills and the requirements. You have a skill to spend. You should buy the hook shot, or we're going to be stuck here for the rest of our lives. What are the other options, though? Just to see them for later. Yeah, required hook shot. Oh, do I have to go across? You do have to go left. No. You need hook, then dash, then the next 3 can be done in any order. So there's a hook shot for the hook. Supernatural dash, direction plus X. I'm sure I know what that is. Perfect strike. Attack immediately when a previous attack hits to land a perfect strike. That is exactly like the Batman system. Defensive reflexes slow down time after successful counter until your next action. That's nice. Countering... aggressive defense. Countering attack now causes damage. Also nice. Health and run faster.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
This game has a nice feeling of polish so far, and it's running perfectly as far as I can tell. Had a long loading screen, but that's forgivable, given everything else, honestly. Look at the colors. Sorry. Ooh, the range on this thing. You don't even really have to walk towards the target first from each one.
And there was the Farfarer. She was the fastest ship he'd ever known. She could do the Kessel run in 12 furlongs. Well, so the salesman had told him. And something told him the kid was about to walk into an ambush. "Stop!" he shouted. "I'm not giving you the book!" shouted the kid, and took off. "No! Peter!" But the kid ran for it, and a goggler nailed him with its eye-beam.
Oh, well, we might not be hearing from him anymore. Oh, let's stay out of that big, obvious beam of badness. Thief revenge! You know what? Whoa, I cut him in half. That was way more graphic than I expected it to be. The inside of it's just a big ball, though. Aw, poor guy.
The book was unburned. Next to it were the buckles from the kid's shoes, and a kid-sized pile of ashes. Damn it. Why hadn't he lied and told the kid he'd take the book to the rebels? The kid would be alive now. Really pissed off and betrayed, but alive. Oh, damn it. Reynardo picked up the book. He couldn't let the Empire have it now. He was going to have to get it out of there. He'd be a wanted man. Probably have to join the rebellion just to have a place to dock. Well, he'd hated home life anyway.
Wow. Here I was saying that was surprisingly graphic, and then we go back to the kid, and he is just a pile of ash, and just not even remains to look at this point. Ooh, or I'm gonna want to break any boxes we had back here, aren't I? Or were there any? Interestingly, cannot rotate camera as far as I can tell, or at least the right joystick doesn't do that. I should probably take a quick look around for things that might be destructible. It might just be the big obvious glowing boxes. Good to know. Certainly want the ores for upgrades. Here I am talking about upgrades all casually when the person that I was around while they were growing up or whatever is just a pile of ash. Here we go. Oh, I'm gonna feel really sad if some of this goes careening off the cliff, and it just becomes unobtainable. Oh no!
What was the big deal about this book anyway? Maybe he should open it and find out.
Oh no, the ore went off the cliff.
All that had been years ago. How many? The war was a blur, and now 3 Raven scout ships were chasing him. "Where are you running, rebel?" cawed the Raven captain over the loudhailer. Reynardo could see them cranking up their catapults. "Just going out for milk?" Reynardo yelled back. "Where can you run?" laughed the Raven horribly. Far behind him, another city was burning. The dark cloud above its island was thousands of Imperial ships. The fleet was doing a thorough job. "Take us to the rebel base! I will spare your life!" it cawed. The entire jury-rigged rebel fleet was only a few islands to the east. Beyond that were only the pillars of heaven, a sea of endless blood-colored tornadoes. The rebellion was out of time. Unless Reynardo could bring a game-changer. Maybe he could. Reynardo had found out where he could find the pieces of the Sky Ripper, the legendary weapon that had exiled the lost gods. Surely a legendary weapon could win the final battle. On the other hand, his old friend Lapino had sent Reynardo a desperate message saying he had a brilliant scheme to save the rebellion. If Reynardo could only rescue him. Reynardo dived the Farfarer towards the abyss. As he felt the heat of the jet stream, the Raven ships peeled off, not stable enough to follow him down there. Now it was time to choose. Lapino or the Sky Ripper.
Here we go, branching storylines. Also, I was just saying it would be sad if the ore was lost and it was immediately lost. You can't make new old friends. The rebellion was at a time and Reynardo needed a game changer. Even though Lapino wasn't what anyone would consider a game changer, he could come up with some harebrained schemes. Maybe rescuing him was worth it. Otherwise, an ancient artifact that defeated the lost gods would indeed be a game changer, though it was split into 2 pieces many years ago. Reynardo could rebuild it by first getting its armature. I want to meet the crackpot character. I'm just excited about that. I love the branching storyline idea, though.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble given time, but he was out of time. The Ravens had figured out that Lapino was a rebel spy. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse.
That is the most sarcastic-looking Pegasus I've ever seen. Oh yes, tell me more.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the Ravens? If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
That was actually a funny remark. We only have 9 ores, so it'll be a short sword. Gems. Do I have any? Gem socketing. This is the gem socketing menu. Here you can equip powerful gems that will augment both your offensive and defensive capabilities. Gauntlet has 3 sockets where you can put the gems. We don't seem to have gems. Each gem has 3 levels, and its effect increases with each level. Picking a gem you already have will automatically upgrade that gem's level. You can find gems in the chest scattered throughout the Boreas if you're lucky enough. Attack speed, crit chance, physical resistance, elemental resistance, shield breaker, treasure hunter, energy on kill. Ooh, that's usually fun. Up there with attacks. Attack speed and crit speed are usually things that interest me. Just to confirm, it's the same gems for every slot. Alright, just to confirm that bit. And I assume I have not even close. Yeah. We need a good 21 more if I want to upgrade my hero sword to badass level 2. Scarecrow. Slightly conditioned to be concerned about that because of Salt and Sanctuary. That's a huge scarecrow, considering the size of my character. Nope, not destructible. Do we have teleporters? Is that how this works? Oh, no it's not.
This was much easier than free climbing.
Did this fox just make a reference to parkour? Oh, well this is an ambush. Oh, we're just going right past him. Why yes, the town has been overrun.
People were frightened these days. Just 2 weeks past, Reynardo had sneaked through an empty town and listened to the Ravens caw about the Emperor's new taste in ritual sacrifice.
So the bad guys have clearly taken over.
Reynardo's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
This doesn't do anything. We had a specific narrative reference to the fact that I was breaking things. Definitely get a little bit of the hint of Bastion there. We don't have the sword for this. Looks like I must need the fire sword for that one. Early on in Bastion, if you just break everything in a room, he'll just the narrator will just say, "The kid just sort of rages for a while." You know what? I've been playing a lot of Souls-like lately, so if I play some freaking Bastion-likes, I'll be plenty happy with that too. Can I go through here? Yep. It's kind of funny how that works, actually. Bastion and Dark Souls were my 2 favorite games that year, and looks like they left some ripples through time. Oh, hey guys. Nice to meet you. Don't suppose we could talk this out. Alright, well, sorry. You really brought this upon yourself, though. I'm just gonna stand here. It's fine. Maybe they'll learn eventually. No? You're not gonna maybe decide to do something else with your time? You could have gone to college or something, or like, I don't know, took the day off. Be literally more productive than being a corpse. Oh. I know how to counter. You ain't getting me. Nope. Double counter. Fantastic. Oh. Aha! Fat man juggle. You can't get me. Dear Lord, you cut them in half.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Where had the mad rabbit got to?
Well, at least we have an explanation for why this war hero type character seems to have no trouble with the Ravens. Because they seem exceptionally stupid and self-centered. And not particularly thoughtful. Which you might think is the same thing as stupid, but slight different implications there. Maybe you'd understand it if you weren't such a raven. Look at this place. This is nice. Which is why I'm destroying things in it, looking for ore. I do wish you could attack multiple things at once. I find myself trying to position myself in order to hit two things at once, but then the character kind of locks onto one object, and I have to swing at them independently. Which makes sense, because you can't just magically swing a sword through several solid objects, but it's still very satisfying to do so. Yeah, see, I specifically went up to them and roped my character into them to see, like, maybe the arc of the swing will hit both. Not so much luck. Can I level?
Reynardo felt like he was ready to learn new things. Thank goodness he didn't have to go to school for that.
Ah, never again. Alrighty. So if I wanted to upgrade my health and so on, you do need dash. So let's just go ahead and get started.
Starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot. Like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
So now I can dash twice. But then once those bars at the bottom are empty, they're empty. But we do have the ability to get gems that give you energy on attack, which should help you refill those things more quickly.
Can't we just agree to disagree? Said Reynardo. No?
Now he's taking my lines. This guy's in my brain. Am I Reynardo? Ow. I mean, literally am right now if I'm playing as him. Well, figuratively am. Literally, figuratively. Hey, guys, no. Oh, well, I was going to counterattack you, but you were too incompetent to attack properly. Guys? No! Why? Just have a picnic or something, I don't know. Look at all these, you guys could all be friends with each other and having like a swell day not pillaging. Wouldn't that be great? No? Alright. Well, now you can be lonely. In hell. Bye. Oh, a graveyard. That's fitting. Well, now we won't have to...
Reynardo felt a chill run down his back. Or possibly a flea.
I mean, now we probably won't have to carry them very far. Just kill them right here in the graveyard. What's with these things? The second one I found, I keep thinking they're going to do something. I don't think this is useful to me yet. Almost, though. A few more fights. Cannot dash over there. Can I walk? Nope, invisible wall right there. So this must require a void sword. Oh, look at the big treasure chest. Just get creative. Just slip through the bars. Climb over this thing that's, like, only at your head height anyway. I guess not. That's fine, I want a void sword. I'll just have to come back. Hope you guys are keeping a very intricate mental map of this place right now. Oh, I see you. Not sneaking up on me.
Reynardo was remembering all his old tricks. And some new ones. Now, he really ought to ask for a raise.
Yeah, once they're down, you're pretty much set. You can just sort of execute them at that point. So it's actually beneficial to just knock them all down one by one and then try to clean up. Oh, this looks like a place where I'm about to fight Dragon Slayer. Hi?
Dirty and bloody, Reynardo finally reached Lupino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Reynardo recognized the cards. It was Lupino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Pay a call on Zenobia. Maybe Lupino was right. Maybe they should go kidnap the Emperor's only daughter and greatest general, Zenobia. Extracting intel out of her would turn the tide of the Civil War. Well, in for a penny, in for a pound.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Reynardo's best friend in sword fu school. And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lupino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
Oh, well, that's just cruel, game. Make me make the decision and then afterwards reveal that they're childhood friends and that this is going to be something that probably makes them feel all guilty inside. Well, here we go.